We're going to be talking about financing in e-hailing, not financing, but finances. Okay, how to navigate finances in e-hailing. So, because transportation business is a trap, right? You always have this sense of I'll go out there, I'll get money, and I'll be fine. Right? I'll go out there, I'll get money, I'll be fine. I found the guy one time that was trying to raise his rent that was due by the weekend in 1 week. Right? That was how crazy he was going in at it. I'd be going in. Yeah, okay. So it's not necessarily that it doesn't work. That in itself is the possession that happens in the minds of people, knowing fully well that whenever they go out, they're going to get something and they're going to sort all of their problems. But that's not how it's supposed to be. The financing or the finances, sorry, of e-hailing needs to be managed properly, almost as well as a person who earns in a job. There's a fixed salary, so you have to really manage those things well. Get this. E-hailing is not a thing, or it's not a gig that can be scaled. So that in itself is a disadvantage. When I talk about scaling, I'm talking about like for a person who is earning 200k. Okay, let's say they have a business, they're earning 200k. They can make that earning 500k every month just by expansion, or just by getting new inventories, or just by getting new customers. There's a growth to it. That means you're scaling, that means you're climbing, that means profit is increasing. The problem with e-hailing is that your profitability is not determined by how much you're willing to work. It is determined by time. And no matter how much you want to push yourself, well, you're still human. You will break down. Okay? So scaling in e-hailing is not the easiest task, except you go into other ventures around e-hailing. Let's say you go into advertising, you go into I don't know any other thing, but there are some other things. The point I'm trying to make is that when it comes to e-hailing, you have to manage your finances almost as though you are in fact a salary earner. So 3 things I want to talk to you about today. 3 things. Number 1 is you have to be able to have a system that helps you determine your earning. I don't want to hear this nonsense again when you ask a person, how much are you earning? And you are like, I earn from 300 to 500. What the hell is that? That's nonsense. Okay? You have to be very, very certain. This means that even on the worst month, you know what is going to come into your account. Even though there is no business, everybody is complaining, shut down the app, or whatever the case may be, you still know the minimal acceptable amount that is going to come into your account. All right? That's how judicious and meticulous you have to be about that finance. You have to know the minimum that, like, by the way, the worst month is still yet to come, is in August. So in August, what is the amount that you can still make? That should be your base minimum, and then you plan your finances accordingly. Anything that comes else is a profit, is a benefit, is excess, bonuses, if you will. All right? That's the first thing. You must find a system that helps you know what is coming in. All right? So, because unfortunately, a lot of people will go out, let's just go out and find money. And then you come out, whatever you find, you find. Even per day, you should have a target. You should have a target. There'll be so many Sundays I'll be out there, and then it's like, bruh, it's getting late and my target I've not even met. Do you know, I'll be so tired at park, and then my app will be on looking for the best trip while I try to catch a nap. Because you see that target, we're getting it. We're getting it. That's a fact. All right? Because that's how the financing must be. Like, it's almost like a salary. It's almost like a person drawing a salary. So it has to be the minimal acceptable amount. You have to decide what it is. If it's 200, if it's 300, if it's 400, but you must always meet that mark. That is your decision. That should be your discipline. Number 2, budget. Bros, budget budget every single thing that comes in. Budget it. There is never something that comes in that is just there. You're not there. You're not there yet. Okay? If you're doing e-hailing, you're not there yet. You're not in that place where you just have money for having sake, and then you become charity giver or something. Like, you are not there yet. Budget every single thing that comes in. And number 3, buy everything in bulk. Never spend money singularly. Very specific example, I'll tell you this. If you go to the market, or if your significant other goes to the market, never let them buy anything in cups or in pieces. Buy in mudus. I hear that in some states they don't even measure in mudus, they actually measure in is it paints? There's paint aroba. Can't be paint aroba. Paint aroba is really big. So anyway, there is some, I think it's a bushel. There is something they use in measuring, the quantity of whatever it is they buy, not mudus. But I'm telling you that if you, at least in Abuja, I know it's mudus. So if you stay in a place, don't buy things in cups. Let me give you an instance. For instance, I went to get sugar the other day, and I was asking them, like, how much is the cup? They said 400. Now, in a mudu, there are 9 cups. And I asked how much is a mudu, they said 2.6, right? So if I were to buy cups, 9 times 4 is like 36, that's like 3,600. But if I bought one mudu, that's like 2.6, I saved 1,000 naira. Do you understand? Always buy things in bulk. Let's talk about data for a moment. Data would generally, if you buy things for 2 days, 1 week, you are literally the customer. They make the most money from you. Let me give you an instance. If you want to buy a month's worth of data, and let's say you spent around 18k in MTN now, I give you, because I use MTN a lot. So in MTN, I recharge like 18k for the month, and they give me 75 GB, right? But when I recharge 9k for a month, which is like half of 18, they only give me 25. Yet, if you divide 75 by 2, you get like 37.5. Do you get the point? Bulk buying always saves you the most, okay? If you want to buy, is it rice, is it beans, is it gari? Well, you can buy yam in mudu. So, anything that has to do, just get it in bulk, okay? Even the yam, actually, don't buy the single pieces. Buy it in bulk, buy it in the way that they sample it, as many as you can get. You get the best discount out of it, and then you get the most out of it. Buy things in bulk. 3 things I said. Number 1, know your minimal earning, the amount that will come into your account come what may. And from that amount, number 2, budget it. And number 3, when you spend, buy in bulk. Do not forget these 3 rules, okay? We're going to break down some other things in some other videos, all right? Bye-bye.